this is a DDBdD&amp meeting?
Yes, in here.
Take your seats in silence. You will now bear witness to another performance interpreted from the adventures of Farandal, the glorious tales of the true history of our blessed land, presented by our beloved friends, Dem Drunk Blokes.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dem Drunk Blokes Do D&D. And this week's not just any episode, this is a first episode of a brand new campaign or mini season. Before we get started, I do just want to do a couple of shout outs to get the ball rolling on this episode this week. First of all, I want to give special thanks to another podcast called the Pocket Mimic. Anybody that follows us on Twitter, we have dealings with them and one of the cast members, Cat Tulip, quite often. Their podcast is not a real play podcast like this one. They do GM or DM kind of tips and things like that, and world building tips, how to do great NPCs and add extra flavour to your own campaign. Now the reason I'm shouting these guys out is they're very supportive of us, and a couple of episodes ago, back in February, they did give us a shout out as well. They do a kind of to watch list and recommend other podcasts, and they did give us a shout out. So just to return the favour, please do go check them out. It's very interesting, especially if you are just kind of new setting out and want to add some new flavour to your games. Another shout out I want to give out is to Champions podcast. Now these are a real play podcast, but they use the hero system, and their podcast is set in a kind of alternate modern day world around superheroes with metahumans and things like that. Again, great guys, great podcast. I've been chatting to them a lot, and I'll ask them just today where they think a good place for new listeners to step in, and they did say their latest campaign arc is probably about the best place to start. That is the start of the Shades of Black campaign. All right, and they've been going for a couple of years. It's very funny, kind of a bit of mystery, kind of like a. It's kind of like a cop show. The characters play part of a superhero special forces unit called Echo, I believe, and they kind of fight crime and things like that. And it's a definitely different take. It's the first podcast I've heard and listened to, which is not just straight up D&D, to be honest with you. And it was quite refreshing, something new and out there that's different to everybody else. So shout out to them, Champions. They can be found on iTunes and the likes. Okay, so otherwise, I hope you do enjoy the show. As always, please do leave us some feedback in reviews. 5 stars preferably would be wonderful, on iTunes or Podbean, wherever it is you're listening to us from. We haven't got any new feedback at the moment, but as I have done in the past, if you give us a review, I will read it out and give you a shout out. And that does go for advertising as well. Consider it free advertising if you've got your own show or product or website you want to get some free advertising for. Then hit us up on the iTunes, give us a 5-star review, and we'll get that read out for you as soon as possible. This is another mini series, but I do hope you enjoy. This is the island of MisDemeanors.
Maximilian, the intrepid reporter, is in hot water again. As a siege unravels around his very feet, he finds himself on a one-way ticket to a mysterious island in an as-yet undiscovered plane. Will he find his way home, or will he become just another victim of the cannibalistic inhabitants of the island of MisDemeanors?
In the military town of Waldam, at the opening of the Vesperian River in the northeast of Vespa, the greatest battlement to stop invaders through the sea into the inland sea. That's it.
What, are we on the inland sea or are we on the outside sea?
The outside. Inside is Keytown. Outside is Waldam.
Is that even going still?
Yeah, it is.
Is that where Waldammer cheese comes from?
It is now.
Yeah.
We find a slightly dishevelled reporter waking up from some strange adventure where he thinks he's met Santa Claus and seen lots of strange things happen. In a small inn on the port of Waldam, he awakes in his bedroom, dishevelled and unrest, to the sound of cannon fire.
Okay. Can I look out my window, please?
Yes, it's not facing the sea. It's facing the other way.
Okay.
But you can see people running up and down and bells being rung and people are donning armour as they're running up and down the street.
Fellow, down there.
What do you want?
What goes? What on? It goes.
Being attacked by a lone ship of unknown origin.
Lone ship, you say? Okay, well, I'd like to try and get to the roof to get a better view.
Okay, to get to the roof, you'd have to climb out the window. Roll me an acrobatics or athletics.
Okay. Acrobatics is 12.
12 plus your is that with
Yeah,
plus?
that's plus.
You make it to the roof slightly. Bits of you're slipping
like
up
in
there,
real life.
slipping and sliding up there. It's very wet. It's been raining all night. It stopped at the moment, but it's all wet and slippery. As a cannonball hits the building next to you, boom! The building shatters into 1,000 pieces, and you slip slightly. You are now face down, holding on to the what would you call that? The very top of a pointed roof.
Oh, the peak.
The peak of the roof. Grasping for your life.
Okay, can I see the ship?
You pull yourself up and you just see a load of smoke and flames. You think you can see a ship through the flames, and it's massive. When I say massive, it's like the size of a town.
Do I recognise it inside it?
It's a township.
It's a township. No, it's yes.
Okay, I'd like to slide back down into the window.
Fucking hell,
Well, that's easier, isn't it? Than fucking getting up there in the
Right,
first
roll
place.
your acrobatics slash reflex.
Grab the eaves. Yeah, 6.
6. Yeah, you
Plus.
go to.
No, that's the plus. That is with a
As you slide down, you miss the window. You fall backwards and you go tumbling into the street and knock yourself out. You are unconscious.
incontinent and unconscious. Right, cool.
Meanwhile, in another part of town, a lone traveller at night in regaling armour, not of this area, is
In
walking.
a man in knight's regalia.
What he said is walking into town, seeing many women and children fleeing one way, and as he's inclined, that's the word I'm looking for. He's wandering into the city abreast and showing face.
How do?
Who are you talking to?
Just everyone.
Where the fuck are you all running off to?
We are going to the safe bunkers outside town.
Okay, why are you running?
We are being attacked by an unknown vessel from an unknown land.
Okay.
Now, let me put this into some sort of perspective, because this town is massive. One ship versus this town, it's not worth it. Like,
No, but they're laying siege, obviously.
yeah, and like this one ship, as I said, what you saw, is fucking huge. I mean,
Yeah.
a normal ship is, what, 60 metres?
Chung Zi's ship, or whatever. his name
Even
is.
bigger. Think like the Man of War, think even bigger. Like double the size.
This is like in S.H.I.E.L.D. in Avengers.
What world?
It's like
Captain America, like the big, huge fucking ship that they have, but like 10 times as
bigger.
big.
Yeah, it's like this whole, you could have a city on this boat, and it's got cannons abreast, all of it.
Yeah, okay,
It's
cool.
Genosha.
Welcome to Genosha.
So, anyway, he's
What,
there.
You gather that information from the passing screaming people, and they're all women, children, like obviously the wives and kids of the
Right.
soldiers.
And what do you not have defences?
They are fighting with their lives, but our husbands have told us. Obviously, they don't talk in this this voice.
Are there people hurt or injured?
Many across the street. Go
Where?
forward. Go down the road. You'll see them.
Okay. I'll run off.
You run off down the road. The first person you come to outside the Sleeping Barrel Inn is a man that looks like he's taken quite a long fall in his 90, with no equipment on him, grey hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, lying in the mud, unconscious.
I'll slap him a little bit.
Oh, Tinto. Oh.
Just gentle like.
Gentle slappage. Yeah, he starts saying Tinto, but he's not conscious.
No, Slarty.
Roll a Constitution save for me.
9 plus 1 is 10.
Okay, yeah, so you're starting to come through, but you'll be on disadvantage for any movement things at the minute. You're concussed.
Okay. Oh, so I seem to have taken a tumble there.
You all right?
Yes, I thank you, fellow.
Slarty.
Slarty, yes, my name is Quench. Yes.
You sure? You
Yes,
kinda sound-
no, never mind that. Yes, there's a
Anyway,
there's a
let's
massive
get you
ship
up
in the.
and inside.
Okay.
Maybe you could put your clothes on.
Yeah, all your equipment.
Yes,
is
my
upstairs.
stuff is up in the room.
As you
Can
go,
you walk?
Yeah, barely.
As you go into the bar, there's everything's emptied. Like literally, things have been grabbed off the shelves. Everything's been taken out. Like it's been turned over in a quick time.
There's no controllers on the PlayStation.
Yeah, you know, like they've saved the hard drive discs, but left the actual PCs there, and they've all run out in a bit of a fuff. Yeah, you go upstairs, you get your stuff.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I'll get dressed. Come, we should make our way to the harbour defences.
Let's.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so you're making your way down the street. You see, roll a dexterity save, Bateria.
Bateria. Alright. 18.
Yeah, you're fine.
Plus 4.
14.
Yeah, you're fine. Another cannonball hits the building next to you. Boom! Shatters of shrapnel and bits of body and plate
Masonry and stuff.
all flying about. You luckily dodge out the way and you carry on running down to the harbour defences. You get to Harbour Port 7, which is basically on the Vesperian River. And there are no boats there. Usually there's military boats all lined up. They've all been sent out to fight. Like literally there's no one around apart from a couple of dock hands.
Okay. Where is everybody?
They've gotten to fight the vessel.
Where?
On the ocean?
Yeah. Who's looking after sea defences, seawall defences?
That'll be at docks 1 and 2 at the open, like at the sea front.
Is the way still open?
I don't know how much damage has been done, but literally just follow down the main road. Lots of destruction, lots of damage.
Shall we worm our way through there, then, slut?
Yes.
All right, cool. Okay, so you're running down, and like literally, the buildings at this end have rubble now. I mean, it's like London after the Blitz. It's horrible. There's bodies strewn across the floor, and it's just a nightmare. So yeah, you're making your way through. Roll a perception.
7 plus 5. 12. And he's just done a 19.
All right, so yeah,
25.
one of what you can see from where, like, literally what's been coming in is not solid steel cannonballs. It's been like barrels of explosive, like steel wrapped up barrels of explosive. You're not sure like where they've come from and like something that do this much damage. But one of them is still there intact, and it's leaking this black ooze, and it stinks.
Oh, what?
How far away is it?
It's sort of in the rubble to your right. I'd say a good 20 feet, 30 feet.
Have we seen these exploding?
Not yet, no.
So, dear fellow, look over there. There's some ooze shit.
Well, that can't be good, can it, if it's attached to a bloody cannonball?
Yeah, so yeah, there's...
Maybe we should steer clear.
Look, wait a minute. All the explosive shit that's been going on. I wonder if that's an unexploded thing.
But I'm not
Don't
standing
go
around.
near it.
Yeah, I'm not standing around here to find out.
Yeah. Okay, so you carry on running down the road. There's people screaming and dying, and it's horrible everywhere. There's flames up and everything. You go past more of the ports. Obviously, you've got to get from port 7 all the way around to port 2 and 1. All the ships have left. Every ship. Like, normally there's ships all up and down the river, like gunships everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're all gone. Like, some,
Can we see
obviously...
them? Are they fighting the other ship?
You can't even see that far yet. They've gone out into the thing, but you can hear cannon fire constantly out
Yeah.
in the sea.
Yeah, and the smog of
Yeah.
the cannon fire.
Exactly. And,
How far away do we think it is?
Well, this is a big harbour, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say you're about a mile from seafront-ish.
Okay, so they're not even in the harbour, but we're
Yeah.
like in. So we're in a big harbour.
A big harbour.
that
then-
way.
Yeah, that's it.
And we're now. There, say there was 7. We're travelling down to 1.
Yeah, so you're basically down by the harbour leads into a big river. You was on the corner of the river. You're now running up to 1 and 2, which is
The
on
harbour is on both sides of the
Yeah,
river.
exactly.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like a
Okay.
river mouth.
Right. Yeah. Plymouth or something.
Yeah. So yeah, you're running up that way. You get to the to port 2, and on port 2 is like a small fighter ship. When I say small, it's like probably 30-man crew, very fast, not a lot of cannon power, on there. And you see soldiers running backwards and forwards and just putting all their oil and gunpowders and everything that they can get hold of, anything flammable, they're putting it on there.
Who's in charge of this here? What's going on here? Who's in charge?
And one guy sort of turns around and goes, well, the captain's gone. So,
Okay, so
the captain's gone. He's gone. He went off with the first warband. He left me in charge, but I don't know the rankings of Navy people.
I don't know.
I'm only like second mate.
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
only Seaman Staines.
I'm second mate Staines of the Vesperian Royal
Staines.
of the Vesperian Royal Armada.
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 Oh God, we resorted to that.
Are you? You are dressed as a fucking knight. Have you been sent from the capital?
No.
Oh,
Look,
bollocks.
I'm
The
on
capital
here on
could
a
fuck
very
themselves. But
important.
I'd give you a hand.
Okay, so our plan was literally to load up this speed vessel. I forgot what they're called. This speed vessel.
Cutter.
No, it's close.
Frigate.
There's it's like that though. But you're right. It's near that.
Scudder.
Scutter.
Scutter.
Scuttle.
No, it's a scutter.
Yeah.
A skit.
No, it's
Maybe.
a scuttle.
There's lots of no scuttle is when you destroy a ship.
No, but there's
Well,
also a
well,
scuttle.
that's what they're
It's a
trying to
thing.
do. So basically, they're loading up
Oh,
this
maybe you're right.
this speed ship.
This scuttle.
With everything that we can set that's flammable, and we're just going to drive it into the side of the inside of the big vessel, just like them Atagawa chaps which did to us in the last Atagawa Vesper War.
Ah.
The kamikazes.
No, it's
Kamikazes?
Kamakushi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see you're adverse.
Oh, of course, I'm a reporter, don't you know?
No, you didn't. That's why I asked.
Anyway, how many of you are getting on this ship?
Well, there's 15 of us left, and that's it. That's all we've got.
Surely it won't take all 15 of you.
It normally takes 30 to drive this thing, so
Right, okay, well good luck, lads.
thanks.
Is there anything we can do to help them along the way?
Well,
No.
do we want to?
No, well, no, I mean, good luck to them.
How can we help them?
Well, there's obviously no one in charge anymore. We don't know.
Shall we get on and
do we know?
lead
Do you know
them?
who this attacking force is? Anything about
We've
them?
never seen anything like it. The ship is the size of a large village / small town.
Shall we get on and...
What, on the
lead
ship
them?
that's going to Kamikaze into the side of the big ship?
Well, we
I
can,
don't think so,
see
no.
what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, but it's like a bit of a one-way trip, isn't it?
Well, only if we stay on. Well, what else have you got planned today?
Well, I don't know. What else can we do? What are our options? Okay, let's go and have a look. My superior curiosity and ability to believe in myself has tricked me into doing this stupid thing that Steve wants to do.
Steve.
It's a voice inside my head.
Sounds like an intelligent fellow.
Okay, so you help them load up the.
The Thunder Child.
We'll give it a name. It's called Last
Thunder
Bless.
Child, man, like from War of the World, isn't it? Because it's going.
Okay,
out
yeah.
there
So
and Thunder
Thunderchild.
Child.
Child. Sorry. Hang on.
The paedophile.
HMS Thunder Child.
His imperial ship. So it's HES Thunderchild. Child.
Okay.
And you help them load it up with all sorts of random explosives and other bits that they've got lying around. Anything else you want to do at this point?
Is there anything worth grabbing around the area?
It's desolate. Like everyone's
I'd
taken
like to go to
everything.
the deck.
Is there anyone worth looting?
And start playing a song on the bagpipes on the decks as we go.
Okay.
You know, like kind of lament for the dead, but also, you know.
Okay, so you're kicked off of port. You're standing on the deck. You've got your 15 crewmen around you, and you've got this boat filled with explosives. You can see through.
Anyone got a light?
You can see through the smog, obviously, the flashes of the cannon fire and everything else, but you can't make out any shape. So you're just heading towards that general direction at speed. All of a sudden, as you get right into the smog itself, everything stops. There's no more cannon fire. You can still hear the crackle and burning of fires, like of lit ships and stuff, but you can't really see through the smog itself. and it's quite silent on the ocean.
Okay. This is what is this trickery? Is anyone going to see maybe some magic or something? I'd like to do an
I don't
Arcana
know.
check.
Can you sense anything?
I'm not quite sure.
I'm a
Yes, there's definitely something here.
natural 20.
Yeah, definitely a massive pool of plain old magic is coming from in front of you. But
Can I glimpse it and draw it? Because I've got my calligrapher's tools. Because I rolled natural 20.
you can't see it itself, you just feel it. You
No,
feel
okay.
it in your bones. And this is strong, powerful magic.
Yeah,
Like,
this is definitely magic. This is strong, powerful magic.
Is it something I might recognise from my travels?
I think we need to turn the ship round, boys. There's
Or maybe I
powerful
can hear
magic
something
here.
with my elven ears.
No, man.
Maybe not. 15 perception.
no, not really.
Right, I think this,
You can also feel the powerful magic. That's about it.
I've got a bad feeling about this. There's magic afoot here.
Really?
I
I've
think
got
we
a
need to
scent.
turn round. Can we just go for a closer look, but not barge them? There's magic afoot. We need to be careful.
You're basically Slarty Bartfast is basically taking command. as
Yeah,
he's
so I'm
dressed
telling you this as an
as
advisor.
a knight, even though you're not a knight of their realm.
Well, I do what's right as I see it, and I look out for the little guy. And, all these innocent people are getting fucked up. So let's try and get them unfucked.
So you're going in, or are you trying to turn away?
Can we kind of just turn off course so we're going to go past?
Well, what's...
You're not sure where past is. As I said,
Yeah.
you're right in the thick of fog, and all the cannon fire has stopped. You can go to
How
the
fast are we travelling?
quite fast.
How far can I see?
Not very because of the smog.
What, say 50 foot?
Like just past the
And are
boat.
we moving 50 foot per turn?
Easy.
Should we slow down a bit?
Were we aiming
He was aiming directly at
directly for the middle?
the middle, where they think the big
I'll say
fire is coming
we
from.
go
The
off
big-
10 degrees and we just slow down a bit.
Well, if we go off 10 degrees, that will give us enough time to maybe swing about.
If anything happens.
Well, maybe so let's go off 15 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking...
15 degrees to starboard,
Because I'm
lads.
thinking 45 is there, so...
Yeah, 15 is cool. We understand that.
And then, we could sort of... It will give us a little bit more time.
We'll slow down to maybe 30 knots, 25 knots top speed.
How do we do
I'm
that?
making this up.
Drop
Tell
a
them,
sour
because
to
you're
them.
the
So
man.
like drag oars or whatever.
Yeah, because they're seamen. You're
We're 30 something and we still can't help but laugh.
we control 15 seamen.
Yeah, well, that's more than I got in my balls, so let's fucking do it.
Yep. Okay, so you do that.
The first unmutated
they
semen I've
follow
ever had.
without doubt because of your obviously stature and obviously your armour and all the stuff you're adorned
Because
with.
the fact that I haven't got piss on my trousers.
Yeah, it denotes him
Well,
to be noble.
My own piss, anyway.
Yeah.
So they turn and they go, and again silence. Like even now, the crackling of the fires around you have died out.
I've got divine sense. It sense evil passively within 60 foot.
Yeah, no, nothing as yet. You can still feel
Well, no,
magic
but
in
I'm
the
just
air.
saying that it's a passive
Yeah.
thing, so...
Yeah, okay,
Keep
that's
that in
fine.
mind,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got it because that will fit in well. Right, so you're going across and you think you're getting ever so closer, but still, it's like the smog. You can see 10 foot past the edges of the
Yeah.
boat. That's it. And like as you're going through, no sound, no nothing, and all of a sudden, there's the rushing of water, the water swirling, and you're not quite sure what the sound is.
Turn.
Where?
To start to
Further
the right,
away.
from the hole. So you know,
Because I
yeah.
think that might be a whirlpool.
Yeah.
So yes, as you turn, the boat starts going backwards and is dragged down and down and down.
Can I
All of a
thunderwave?
sudden, your
Can I thunderwave?
your passive perception of evil pings,
Bugger.
and you are surrounded by evil everywhere. As the
Guys.
water,
This may have been a mistake.
all of
I
a sudden,
told you.
as you seem like you're going backwards, and the front of the boat is tilted up, and you're going downwards, downwards. You can see all other boats being dragged down past you. The smog kind of clears.
Hang on a minute. What the fuck's going on?
The smog clears and they go down and down into a hole that's the size of a large town. But it's not just an endless pit. It's like a weird purple glowing mass of light, and the water is just pouring into it, and the boats are pouring into it, and all the gems from all the boats are pouring into it, all the valuables, not so much the rubble and everything else. They're all falling in.
Ragnarok!
Hello, Akbar.
Who's Akbar and why are you saying hello?
It's a trap.
I fucking know that now!
And all of a sudden, darkness. Both of you are unconscious.
And now, a message from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm DDB's Tiny Tony Danza. You like video games? Of course you do. I suggest you listen to DDB Presents Beard Pie Radio.
Hebrews chapter 6. Therefore, leaving the principles of the doctrine of Christ, let us go on and...
Life getting you down? Need to unwind? Maybe listen to some waffle. Try DDB Presents Ketchup for the Soul.
And now, back to our main feature.
Both of you roll a constitution save.
16.
16. 9.
Plus constitution.
1.
1. So 17 and 10.
Okay, take 10 damage, Stephen.
Ouchie.
You were knocked down through a whirlpool.
Well, I'll explain why now. Right, as you both come round, one in extreme pain, one in not. You're on a sandy desert beach with the ocean lapping up very slowly. Your entire ship is like stuck arse first into the sand.
Whoa.
And all the explosive hasn't gone off, but it's all sprawled out across the beach. You are lying next to each other. The top of the ship, the nose of the ship, has been like destroyed from the impact, and bits of wood have flown everywhere. You can see all the crew that you had with bits of wood stuck through their neck and their head and their chest.
Proper lights.
Luckily, Slightly Bartfast has a bit of wood jammed through his fire.
Yeah, luckily, yeah.
And not anywhere much more dangerous.
Can I just do a quick insight check, a very specific one?
Yep.
Can I do it? I've got quite high insight, +5, but I want to do a check to see if the beach and the land looks familiar but reversed.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to see.
Before, but, yeah.
Well, just from I read fantasy, so I have to check this. So does it look like a reverse of the sea is land and land is the sea? 14 + 5 is 19.
No, but it looks different to any beach you've been on.
Right.
Pure white sand, and the beach is fucking huge. Before you can see trees, the tree line started, and they're not really trees that you would find in the Vesperian Empire or anywhere in the north of Vesper. They're more, or the north of Farandale.
Is it daytime?
Yeah, it's daytime now.
Insight onto the sun to see if the sun's in a recognisable place. Does it look like we're a lot further
Yeah,
away?
you can tell you're
Okay.
miles and miles and miles away from where you were
I don't
before.
think we're in Vesper anymore. Oh, dear person. What's his name again?
Slarty.
Dear Slarty. Okay, can I go and check his leg out, please?
Yep.
All right, medicine check.
How big's the piece of wood on me? By the way, if you're doing a medicine check, I see he's going to do that. I can assist. I have a +6.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because I've got a +2.
Well, this is medicine to see how bad
Tell
it
me
is.
what to do, slut. 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple wound, wood jammed
How big's the
halfway
bit of
through.
wood?
The wood,
Am I just like stabbed, or is it impaling me?
it's gone through your leg to the other
Through,
side.
so what, like a couple of inches thick?
Yeah, about,
It's like a
I'd
bit
say
of,
about 4
bit-
by 2 in a spike, but it's about 2 foot long.
Have you got medical supplies?
He's
I'm a paladin as well.
He can do healing himself, like he's got healing magic.
Could probably patch you up, but you won't be going very far today. Is there
Fine,
anything
I
you can
sort
do?
myself out. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Okay.
Well, no, but we need to get this shit out of my leg.
Yeah, he might need to help you pull the
Alright.
the wood out.
Okay. Here, bite on this. Give him some leather to bite on.
It's fine.
He finds some random leather in his bag and gives it to you to bite
I'll
on.
find a piece of wood on
Right,
it.
so I'm thinking maybe because I've got
I'll take the wood out of his mouth.
this really lovely knife. If you like, if I sort of hold one side, you hold the other, and sort of like maybe try and sort of cut
it off so that you can pull it through less.
pull it through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but we should.
Okay,
hit the
yeah,
knife.
so you do that,
So we
that's
hit the
fine.
knife, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Do I
fine.
need
You cut
to-
it off. No, you cut it off. That's fine. The movement, because you were both holding it, doesn't do you any more damage.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, because you're both holding it, it's fine. Now to pull it through.
Dexterity.
So you're
Strength.
going to.
Dex.
You're going to hold with one hand, say, and then put your hand around the wound where you're pulling it through. I'm going to hold the other side of said wound while also holding over the other side, and on 3. I suppose.
Wait. Do we need? How about to staunch the bleeding once it's done, or are you just going to heal straight
It's
up?
just going to
It's
use
fine.
it magic.
Right. Okay. Go. Strength.
Strength text.
17.
Okay. Constitution save.
18.
Oh,
Took
yeah.
it like
So it
a
does you
man.
no extra damage at all. You're fine. So, yeah, you've got the wood out. You bite down on your piece of wood, and now there's a hole bleeding, but cast your healing
Just
touch.
Cure wounds.
Healing touch would do all 10.
I've got what? Lay on hands.
Yeah,
1 hit point per level times 5.
yeah.
25. I can do that once per level. So
Right.
5 times I can do that spell
Yeah.
per rest. Cool, so I'll just do that then. So
Yeah.
it's
That's it. It's done. He touches
heal
it, and literally you're amazed by he rubs his gauntlet hand over the wound, and it just knits itself back together.
Bite.
And it's like,
Crom.
cheers for that, dear chap. Are you injured at all?
no.
No, it seems to be all right. But I tell you what, we're not
Let's
anywhere.
maybe
We're not
have a
in
look
Vesper
to
anymore.
see if any of our seamen are still alive.
Okay.
You're fucking 30 plus years old, and we're all laughing at seaman joke.
Yeah, my character did as well there. Yeah, okay, so let's check if there's any seamen left on the beach.
Oh, there's tons, but not from your adventure. No,
Are any of our seamen usable?
no, they're all dead.
Search the seamen for anything useful. Search through the seamen.
Are these seamen worth anything?
They're all carrying basic Vesperian naval equipment.
Yeah.
Nothing really.
Only what, like scuba gear?
Nothing we can use, no?
Nothing really that is any better than what you're already carrying.
Okay. Weapons, equipment, anything. What was on the ship?
Explosives.
Tons of explosives, very little else, and they're still unexploded.
Okay. Are any of them sort of like where there's been the crash, bang, wallop? I presume there's some broken, some unbroken, or whatever. How exactly has it been transported?
They're unbroken.
Is there any kind of hand size that we can take
So,
with us?
Randy, just for an example, is this like you haven't seen this far in have you seen Game of Thrones, James?
Just example.
Like
I know.
dragon fire.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, is it like a bottle? Is it like a substance that we can bottle, or is it
Alchemist fire in D&D.
Right. So basically, it's like like napalm, but it doesn't need it lighting. It's
you
just
just
you
throw it
break
from
it.
a
And
vial.
it's
Yeah.
like a grenade, but it's like impact.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like that on there. As I said, it was more like their last hope stuff. So it's like old bits of flammable oil, gunpowder.
Literally everything.
So any
and
Molotovs
anything.
or anything we can take? Anything?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like any kind of usable.
Well, you could use the oil as lamp oil, basically.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to scoop some up, but container-wise, it'd be quite
I do actually
difficult.
have a lantern and oil times 3. So can I just
Fill
like
up
bang?
yeah, so just have extra oil.
Okay. So, right, okay, well, looking around, maybe we should head off this beach and see if we can see any signs of life. We do that.
Cool. Can I take like a lot of oil? Because I'm thinking, well, lantern oil. I have cooking utensils, so that could be.
You take it's like a water skin full of oil. It's quite a large amount.
That's all you're getting.
Well, no, I'm just thinking like times 3. It's like in lantern terms, that's a small amount.
No, that's with the vial next to the lantern. So times 3 would light the lantern all night.
Yeah.
And then you've got a bottle that you can fill it up 3 times from, like this.
Okay, so say I've
You've doubled
so
your
I've got,
ration.
no, because he said
Easy.
3 times, so I've now got.
Yeah.
You've got a water
3
skin
times
full.
3,
It's like
so it's 12.
massive. You've got a massive
yeah.
amount of oil for someone that's going to carry around a flammable liquid in like a leather pouch
Yeah.
on the side of his body.
Cool.
I feel we're Tolkien in this a bit too
all right.
much and just
It's
talking
alright.
about
I've
rations.
got Savlon burn cream.
Good, that's good. Now,
No, seriously, I do.
oh, that's oh, right, okay, well that's good to know.
Right, yeah. So you're walking up to where the trees start, basically.
Yeah, is there high ground? Could we see any high ground around?
Okay, so as you look through the trees, you can see like it's quite mountainous. The trees just carry on. It's very densely populated with
Trees.
they're like palm trees. You've never seen something. You've seen similar stuff, but nothing like this.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm a reporter. Have I been to places like this?
You've seen similar in the Atagawa Empire, but nothing like this. This is like much more densely. This is more like fucking Cutterton Forest, densely populated with really large.
These aren't the trees from around Vespa. These don't grow in that climate. I think we should head up.
We're in a
towards
desert.
We're not
on a large beach.
We're actually on a large beach. You should try looking a little bit further.
Is there water further out then?
There's the sea is just like the other side. It's very calm blue.
And I suggest we
But
walk
the
up
beach
to the
is
tree line.
massive. It's like 2
Where
miles.
are all the other
between them.
ships?
Nothing there.
Just
High ground.
Just
I'd like
basically
to
a ship
that.
in the middle, seamen all around it.
Basically, if the sea's that way, or the ocean or body of water, we walk in the opposite direction.
Good thinking. Right, we do this.
That's what he was saying.
He said it much more eloquently.
He did indeed. I like it. Yeah, so you walk towards where the tree line starts, and the sand from the very fine white sand that you've been on comes a bit more earthen, a bit more like what you're used
Gravity.
to. Yeah, and you're getting up to basically think tropical beach. You're getting to the palm.
You're getting to the bit where it's a bit like an English beach.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just before the trees. Yeah.
So you
The
get
rookie
into
mess.
The bit where you have to go,
Yeah, that bit. Yeah.
So you've got past that bit because you're both wearing shoes, and you get into basically what is a dense forest.
As we get to the edge of the forest, I'd like to climb a tree.
Okay, they're very difficult because there's no branches on them. They're like palm trees, but yeah, you can give it a go.
Cool. I have rope.
Okay.
Cool. Can I like
a
lasso
rope
some
trick.
kind of like branch?
You know the rope trick. Just lift yourself up like that.
Yeah, fine. Athletics.
I've got +6.
Oh, go for it.
Whee!
Fucking jock.
Next
No.
one.
No, 3.
Ah, damn it!
No.
I should have said luck.
Well, you
You
can
can
luck.
now,
You can
can't
luck
you?
I
after.
can say no, and then I have to roll again.
Yeah.
10 plus 6.
Yeah, that's a 16.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so you get up to the tree.
One luck
It's
point
the
to
biggest
use.
tree you can find in the closest vicinity, and literally most of the other trees are the same size. You can't really get. There's nowhere to perch on the
But
top of the
anywhere
tree.
around.
You can only see backwards, basically,
What can
and
you
the tree
see?
line.
Can I like shimmy around?
It's a massive palm
So what
tree.
can he
You
see? Can he see
all
the
way
sea,
around.
or-
You can see the sea. You can see where the boat was. You can see the bit you've just walked across, and you see the tree line going all the way up to the
So literally
Both sides.
horizon that way. Well,
tree
it's just
line.
trees.
tree lines.
That
And
way,
then,
it's
hang
the
on.
line of trees and beach, trees and beach,
Yeah, and then
sea.
through where the trees are going, sort of inland, directly inland, you can see
Is there a
hills.
rise and dips and?
So you can
Gets-
see
it gets
here.
really
Is there any
high.
clearing? That I can
Not
potentially
really,
see?
everything
Is there a
is,
route
like-
through, or is it literally just a
From
forest?
this level, it looks so dense over the top of the canopies. But what you have noticed from the bottom is obviously the trees, although they're singular with no branches on, they all bend over. So there's like quite easy access through. There's nothing.
So maybe just get.
I relay that information to my good buddy old pal.
Well, I think we'd be better off on the higher ground, whatever.
Yes.
maybe
well,
find a nook
higher
or a
ground
plane.
is that way. So
Okay.
Okay.
Allons-y.
Allons-y. Okay, so you're walking.
By the way, what time of day do we think it is?
Thursday.
From where the sun position is, you would think, although the sun's in slightly a weird place.
Well, no. So yeah.
We already went that way.
Yeah, you did that.
Sorry,
You're-
but
you're a
do we
long
know if
way,
it's
but
morning or evening?
You
or...
think it's sort of like mid-morning.
What's the temperature?
Hot.
I know we were at a beach and blah blah blah. Yeah, hot.
And it's even
Tropical,
hotter.
some would say. With
Okay.
palm trees and coconut trees fucking everywhere.
So let's head through this.
Coconut
Palm
trees.
trees and coconut trees fucking.
Everywhere.
That's why that seaman was on the beach. But anyway, I'd say we get
Palms
ourselves up
covered
to the...
in coconut milk. Yes, anyway.
Sorry.
It's all got rather silly.
No, that's enough of that silly. Let's head up towards the high ground.
No, that's enough now.
Okay. As you're walking through what you think is more of a beaten path than anywhere else, it's a bit more flattened. There's not so much like undergrowth there. You think people have walked down before. The
It makes it
floor,
look bigger that way.
the floor starts getting damp. Really damp.
Damp and hard and stiff and
No. Soft and squidgy and
soft,
damp
warm
and
and
moist.
moist
The jungle is warming to us.
and inviting. So, okay,
And
it's
like your
getting
feet
moist in
starting
here.
to stick into the ground a little bit as you're trudging along. Both roll a perception for me.
Perception. 7 plus 5, I think.
Oh, is that 18?
Yes, it is.
Plus 6, 24.
Okay, so yes, you think, or you start noticing little bits of debris lying around, and from your travels, you can work out that it's part of ships, but like random bits, like a seat or a bit of rigging or a bit of randomness. That's like not like big lumps, just like little tiny bits. And you also notice.
That
With such
looks
a
like
high
a poop
roll,
deck.
with such a high roll that they're not all from the same fleets.
Different
So
woods, different ages.
Yeah,
and
so there's some skull ships, there's some Atagawa ships, there's the very few rare rune ships.
Do a history. Well, are they all different ages? Like, are they?
You can have a look. The thing is where you are and where it's so damp and moist,
Yeah,
like the
it's
wood's
just-
rotting
yeah.
a bit. You can only tell by sort of the way
Anything
that
of
they're
value?
constructed. It's just wood.
Any skeletons?
Not that you can see at the minute.
Any? Yeah. What's the wildlife like in this
Be
area?
thorough.
You can hear birds, not birds that you realise you're thinking they're birds chirping and whistling about, and there's the odd rustling, which in this kind of temperature you would think would be like a snake or so.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen anything directly.
By the way, what are you?
I'm a
I'm
journalist.
a journalist.
Race, class?
Oh, I'm a human journalist. I'm a lovable rogue
He's
journalist.
a rogue, but he's not.
I'm not really a rogue. I'm a journalist.
No, if you're a human journalist, you ain't lovable.
No. yeah, exactly.
Definitely a rogue.
Yeah. yeah. Right, I'm just a human journalist. I'm just fodder, basically.
By the way, the pen is not mightier than the sword.
It
well,
depends if it's a really big pen and a tiny sword.
I would beg to differ. So I think we continue. We continue.
Our wordplay.
These ships are definitely not part of the same ship.
You didn't notice that, but yeah, fuck it, run with it.
Yes, I just told you that.
Yes. No, I agree. I'm just saying I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
After I said it, yes.
Well,
Oh,
maybe.
don't do this. James is renowned for starting on his own third-party
No,
members.
I'm not going to do it today because I've got a feeling he's a lot harder than me. So, you know what I mean? His athletics is far superior.
So that you would know I am harder.
Anyway, I
That's
think.
my secret.
Right,
I'm
so what are you
always
gonna do?
hard.
Should we just carry on?
Keep
This place
going.
is weird.
Okay, you walk on another sort of hour or so.
Climb another tree, see how far we've gone, see if
I
we've
don't think there's any
gone
point
the wrong.
because
No,
all
but
the
just see if we've
trees
gone
are
the
the
wrong
same
way.
time.
Because there was a certain bit.
No, you beat it down a beaten path. I think a free insight roll, you wouldn't bother like yourself because you think you're pretty much sure where you're going.
Yeah.
As you're moving a bit further on down the line, the floor gets even damper, and now like it's like wet mud.
What sort of smell? And
I
feel.
was just about to get.
What's the smell?
As you're going down, roll an insight for me, please.
Just done it for fun. So. Well, I got like
A natural one.
6 plus 5, so got 11. He got 2 plus.
Luck.
Okay, so you just feel like it's musty smell. Nothing really.
Is it worth rolling a luck?
No, the smell's not that bad, but it's like a old
Pungent,
damp.
musty,
Yeah, like what? You,
salty.
It's like the smell of like, yeah.
yeah, like you would think a humid, dense forest would
There's a
be.
stank.
Yeah,
There's a stank about it.
it's a stank, but you can't really remember
The
what.
smell
it was.
of all male fighting success.
And as you carry on for a little bit longer,
I'm religious and was in the army.
all of a sudden, from sort of a medium-sized bush, a load of birds fly out. Now, you could have sworn they were crows, but there was like big flashes of orange and white as well along with it. And as they fly away, they go, tookie, 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 tookie.
What, did you see the beaks on them?
Can you pelican believe? I can't believe it.
No. Well,
What the fuck made them do that though?
no.
Well, it was probably where you got so close. But what was in the bush?
What was in a bush?
Yeah.
As you go to investigate the bush, you open it up.
Put
and
your face in the bush.
There are rotting corpses of Vesperian naval members, quite high, probably captains
But hidden.
in a bush.
How
Although,
you
when
say
you look closer, maybe not hidden, maybe dumped here, and the bush has grown through them in a very quick
you
rate.
say rotting? I've got
That's
plus
disgusting.
6 for medicine. How long have they been dead?
Yeah, in 21.
So, probably about 2 days.
2 days. Okay.
Maybe
how did
in
they
this
die?
heat, it might have only been a day.
Decomposition.
Sped up through.
Maybe they're
through
from the
the
same. Maybe they're from the same fighting we were at. But these vines look
we
like
haven't
they've grown
been
through
here
them.
for a day.
Wait, let's just check their coat pockets.
How did they die?
blunt force trauma to the head.
What, every single one of them?
Every
How
single
many
one
of
of
them are there?
Five.
If you're telling me that these guys
Same place on the head?
might only be a day old,
Exactly the same place.
how the
exactly
hell did
the
these
same wound on
vines?
each person.
Not exactly, slightly different, but similar enough to think that it was
Like,
the same
sort
thing.
of, i.e., if it was a hammer, it's the same person that's
Yeah.
hit all of them
Yeah, but
in the
different
same
angles.
manner.
Slightly.
But
Yeah, and you say
I say, well, if you're telling me that these guys might have only been here a day, how the hell have these plants grown through them, man? This one's penetrated the man right below the waist.
what about my appearance makes you think that I've fallen through some kind of fucking hole in the ground before? And, you know,
Good
know
point.
what the fuck is going on here?
So, well, I just don't think this place
I
is...
mean, you know, I've been questioning the gods, and part of me thinks, is this them fucking with me? But, you know, the other 95% says, you know, fuck you, you pussy cunt, 5%.
Okay.
Let's just
Right.
see what the fuck's going on.
roll a perception.
Oh,
Both of you.
13 and 19.
Oh,
19.
Yeah,
me,
I'm
plus
not-
6,
As you're
25.
chatting, you hear behind you a rustle of bushes and a
Well, both or me?
just you.
Okay,
Duck.
did I have anything drawn? Weapon-wise? Okay,
Push me out of the way or something, or duck or something.
No, it didn't sound like something being firing. It sounded
Okay.
like some kind of voice going.
okay, right, so I use sword and shield. Shield is on my back, sword is here,
Yeah,
Bowie knife is here.
yeah.
So I go,
With the Bowie knife.
Okay,
He's still facing you.
where's the noise? Behind
Behind
me?
you, yeah.
I'm facing him.
Yeah.
Say it louder, man.
I whisper, behind me.
Behind you? There's nothing behind you.
As you look over his shoulder,
I
the bush
step?
starts to shake, and all of a sudden, a Yankee warrior, something you've never seen before, jumps from the bush.
Oh, that was good, weren't it?
Yeah, it was right.
Might catch him again. They're playing a few venues round town.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're playing at Dem Drunk Blokes on Twitter Street tomorrow. And Thursday, they'll be playing at the Podbean and iTunes Taverns. Also as Dem Drunk Blokes.
Oh, mate, calm down. Sound like you're getting an advert or something.
Oh, I'm just like a fanboy, and I love them. They might even be playing at Spotify In soon.
Can you leave me alone now, please?
Oh,